Here's how you could buy a home with an ADU or build an ADU using FHA loans. The affordable housing crisis is real. Everywhere you turn, prices are skyrocketing and people are struggling to find or afford a place to live. But we just got some great news to help. FHA has finally recognized this and is offering a game-changing solution. FHA only allowed this solution on a true 2 to 4 unit property, but ADUs are different and becoming much more common. When it comes to the difference between an ADU and a duplex, think garage conversions, or if a property has a guest suite. ADUs are not actually zoned as a second unit. They don't have separate utility meters or a separate address. And because of this, FHA and most programs didn't really recognize them. So as a result, no loan programs have really given much help to buying properties with ADUs or for homeowners who want to build an ADU. FHA has always allowed you to use potential income from a 2 to 4 unit property, helping you qualify when it comes to buying or building a 2 to 4 unit, just not ADUs. But recently, FHA has changed their policy and will now allow you to use 75% of the rents from an existing ADU to help you qualify. And if you want to build an ADU, they'll actually allow you to use 50% of the market rents to qualify. So what this means is if you own a home and want to build an ADU or convert your garage to a living unit to start bringing in some extra income every month, you could finance the cost to do all of this. That's right, like 100% of the renovation and construction costs using an FHA loan. And you get the benefit of being able to use 50% of the market rents that it'll potentially bring in as income to help you qualify for that new loan payment. The way to do this is through a program called an FHA 203K loan, where you could buy or refinance a property and finance all the renovation costs, new windows, new floors, energy efficient appliances, and add in an ADU. There's one catch: it does have to be attached to the property or you can convert a garage. There's quite a bit you could finance with a 203K loan when it comes to home improvements. You can't, however, really touch a pool or build a sauna because those are considered luxury items. But there is a lot you can finance with it, including building a second unit or an ADU. And the reason why you might build an ADU instead of an actual second unit is because it's usually a lot cheaper in some areas, a lot less red tape to get it permitted, all of that fun stuff. An ADU can definitely be the cheaper way to go. This is one of the best ways to buy or improve your existing homes because one, you're going to add instant equity by making improvements. And then two, you could add in additional living space to generate income. Now, with an FHA 203K loan, you could finance up to 110% of the ARV. That's the after renovation value. So basically up to 110% of what the home will be worth after you do all the work. Meaning if you already own a home, you could pretty much finance 100% of it all. And if you're buying a home, you just have to put 3.5% down of the total cost to do it all. Again, up to 110% of the future value. It's amazing. Now, if you want to go this route and potentially build one, you're going to want to make sure that the value is going to be there compared to the cost it's going to be. So you could go online and check local comps, but make sure they have ADUs as well to get an estimate of what it'll do to your home's value. A lot of people make the mistake of simply thinking the extra square footage will add a set amount of value to the home, like whatever the average price per square foot is in the area on the homes that are selling, but that's completely wrong. And you're going to end up in a spot where the numbers won't work for you. So check out this quick video I did on actually comping properties. The difference is you'll want to find recent sales of homes that also have ADUs to get a good estimate. You can always contact a local realtor to help you find these comps if needed. Now, if you want to buy a home with an existing ADU, then it's even more straightforward. You could buy this with FHA, putting as little as 3.5% down, and then you could use 75% of the market rents to help you qualify. So the difference again being if it's an existing ADU, you could use 75% of the market rents. And if it's an ADU you want to build, you only get to use 50% of the market rents to help you qualify. So if a lender qualifies you for a certain amount on your own, buying a regular single family home, but then you see a home with an ADU, you could then take 75% of the market rental income you could expect from renting that ADU out and then add that to your qualifying income, which will then result in you qualifying for more home, qualifying for a higher price if you need to. You could buy 2 to 4 units with low down payment and use the market rents to help you qualify. So in markets where ADUs are super common, you didn't get the benefit of being able to use the potential rents to qualify until now. If you want to see what the potential market rents are for an ADU, it's pretty easy. You could go to a site like renometer.com and plug in the data. You'll type in your address, put in the bed and bath count, and from there, it'll give you the market rents in the area. You can also just call a local property manager and check with them as well. And then last, there's another website I like to use that's called affordablehousing.com. There's an owner's section if you look at the top. And then from there on the drop down, go to market rent lookup and you can put in the address, put in the info. I generally like to look at a few sources to compare and get a solid idea of what the rent should be. Now, last is qualifying for an FHA or FHA 203K loan with low down payment. You're going to need a minimum FICO score of 580. But if you're putting at least 10% down or more, or if you have enough equity, you could actually go lower on that FICO score. I've seen some people get approved with the scores as low as like 510. And then also the beauty about going this route on your home is you only have to occupy it for 12 months. And then you could go buy a new primary residence with as little as 5% down using a conventional loan, and then move out of the home with the ADU and let that cash flow cover the mortgage while you're building equity. So traditionally people are doing this and it's called a house hack, but they're house hacking with 2 to 4 unit properties, where now you could do it with an actual ADU or you could build an ADU. There's just more options, which is good for you. It's good for housing. So drop your questions in the comments and make sure you like and subscribe to get more news you could use on your real estate building journey.